I'm Magdalena. I'm an indie eyeshadow lover from Canada, and today I'm going to really quickly go over the Sparkletopia and Diamond Drip collections that I just got in the mail from ShinebySD. By got in the mail, I mean I ordered them myself. I didn't get these as PR or anything. Now, unfortunately, the Black Friday sale that they have has already started, so I'm going to rush through this as quickly as I can while still giving some detailed swatches and talking about the shadows and the formula and whatnot, just to try and get this out for anyone who is looking to make a Black Friday purchase. I've been feeling a little sick, so I'm a bit out of breath, a little winded, so hopefully that doesn't mess up my voice here too much. And with trying to make this kind of quick, I'm sure it won't be my best quality, but I will do my best to try and give you something informative. First up is the Sparkletopia collection. This is a collection of 12 shadows. Most of them are a spicy neutral with a sparkly finish. 3 of them are iridescents, and quite a few of them have more of a sheer base, so they could be more like a deep iridescent. These are different than the Sparkle Lights collection, which are shadows with a neutral brown champagne kind of bases and then multicolored sparkles. These are very sparkly, but not as flaky sparkly as those are. First up is Slay the Day. This has a pink base and shifts gold, lime, green, teal, and blue. Following that is Beam Me Up, which has a warm mid-tone brown base and shifts gold, lime, green, teal, and blue. Then is Starry Eyed. It has a khaki base and shifts rose gold, gold, lime, green, teal, and blue. This one is especially gorgeous. I love these kind of grungy shadows that have that bit of greenness to them. It's something so unique. After that is Nova Glow. It has a mid-tone warm brown base and shifts olive, lime, green, teal, blue, and indigo. The formula on this one seemed to be a little bit more thin and topper-like compared to the others, but that also might be just that my hand was a bit dry for this swatch. Next up is Nova Glow. It has a deep brown base and shifts green, teal, blue, purple, and violet. Next is Diamond Dust. This has a deep beige base and shifts jade, teal, blue, purple, violet, and pink. This is one of my favorite kind of shadows where it has a very neutral base to it. A lot of times these blue brown and green browns tend to have much warmer bases, so I find this kind of beigey base to be perfect. Following that is Meme Queen, which has a sheer slate gray base and shifts jade, teal, blue, purple, violet, pink. This is probably the most colorful shadow of this collection. I think most people tend to think of these bluer tones as being quite colorful as opposed to being more of a spicy neutral. But if you have more of a cool undertone and you prefer more gray shadows, this one might be more of a neutral for you. Then we have this beautiful shadow, Fairy Wings. It has a mustard base and shifts teal, blue, indigo, purple, violet, pink. I'm absolutely obsessed with this one. It is so beautiful. It kind of reminds me a bit of Fairy Fire, or the dupe that ShinebySD has for it, Rich Bliss, I believe, but in more of a toned down way. Another standout, this is Glitter Gossip. It has a sheer olive base and shifts purple, pink, gold, and yellow with blue and pink sparkles. I love shades like this. I love those grungy green bases, and I love that purple contrasting sparkle, as well as having all the multicolored sparkles in it. This is a real standout. The consistency in this one is a little more topper-like as well, although again, my hand might be a little bit dry. I did kind of rush these swatches, so my hand was a bit dry by the end of them. The first of the 3 iridescents in this collection, this is Shine and Dine. Being an iridescent, it has a sheer base and shifts peach, orange, gold, yellow, and lime. This one does have a little bit of a cast to it when built up. I love iridescence like this. I love that peachy, orangey reflect. I find it can be very natural on the skin, or it can be something very contrasting on a bolder look. Next is Glow Getter. It's an iridescent that shifts from a cool gold, silver, and teal. I've been seeing a lot of this kind of silvery, cool gold shifting pigment in different collections, and I'm really glad to have an iridescent of it because it is so beautiful. Like the previous shadow, this one does have a little bit of a cast if you build it up quite significantly. And lastly for this collection is Glow Different. It's another iridescent that shifts lime, green, teal, blue. This one does look very similar to the previous shadow, but they are different, and I will show you a comparison while I swatch all of these shadows out in a moment. This one also doesn't have as much cast as the others. And here they are all swatched out. I will admit this is not my best swatches. I just wanted to get something done really quickly. My arm was cramping from the position I was holding this in, but they are labeled and you can certainly take a screenshot if you would like. I'm also going to try and get something posted on my Instagram that shows the shades in a little bit more detail compared with each other. The other collection I picked up, and the one that I'm most excited about, is the Diamond Drip collection. This is a collection of iridescents with a layered multicolored sparkle. And what that means is you'll have a shadow, for example, that has a pink to gold to green pigment in it, and it will be a smaller particle size pigment, but you'll also have a pigment with a larger particle size that shifts, say, blue, purple, pink. So you get that really dimensional sparkle with these. These are very similar to the Treasure Chest palette that came out last year, and unfortunately I did not have time to compare these shadows with it, but I did do an eye comparison on my own, and I didn't see any direct dupes. I am going to try to get some of those pictures out on my Instagram as soon as possible. I can't guarantee I'll get it out before the sale ends though, but if you do have that palette, I will tell you there is no direct dupes. First up is Silver Stunna. It has an iridescent pink, gold, green, teal base pigment with sparkles that shift blue, indigo, and purple. Next is Iced Out. It has a magenta, pink, gold, green base pigment with green, blue, indigo shifting sparkles. Next is Arctic Angel. It has a blue, purple, violet base with green, blue, indigo, and pink, gold, green shifting sparkles. Next is Frozen Flame. It shifts pink, red, orange, and gold with a blue, indigo, and purple shifting sparkle. This is definitely a standout. It's so beautiful. I can't wait to wear this one more. It kind of reminds me of some of the more coppery golden shades in the Treasure Chest palette, but it's a little bit more pinky than either of them. Following that is Drip Queen, which shifts pink, red, peach, orange, gold, yellow, and chartreuse with purple, violet, pink shifting sparkles. This one probably has the least obvious of multicolored, multidimensional sparkles to it, but it is very beautiful, very shifty, and very vibrant. Next is Chill Factor, which has a base layer of iridescent white gold, silver, teal, with sparkles that shift green, blue, and indigo. Next is Platinum Kiss, which has a base of iridescent purple, violet, pink, peach, and gold, with green, teal, blue, and indigo shifting sparkles. Although all of the shadows in this collection do have a little bit more of that substantial, slightly more emollient compared to other ShinebySD shadows, certainly not emollient compared to all shadows of a formula, this one is a little bit thinner. After that is Glass Slipper, which has a base of an iridescent peach, orange, and gold with gold, green, blue shifting sparkles. This one has a lot more cast than any of the other shadows in this collection. Next is Icy Intentions, which has a base of an iridescent red, peach, orange, gold, and yellow with orange, gold, and yellow shifting sparkles. This one also has a little bit more cast on it. And last is Crystal Cutie. This shifts from a white gold, silver, teal, and blue with sparkles that shift from green, teal, blue, indigo, and purple. All right, and here they are all swatched out. Again, just like the last swatches, these are not the best swatches I've ever done, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of a comparison between each of the shadows. As I briefly mentioned earlier, these do have a much more substantial formula. If you've tried ShinebySD before, they have a very dry, kind of starchy formula usually, but these ones, they're kind of more a balanced formula. Think something kind of like a Cleona glitter shadow where they have a bit of emolliency, but they're not like squishy or anything. Here's some kind of close-ups of them all, just so you can see all of those beautiful, multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multicolored sparkles. This collection is really outstanding. I absolutely love these kind of shadows. They're so beautiful. I love that Shaniqua came out with another collection like this. I loved the Treasure Pop-Up palette, and I just think these kind of shadows are so unique. And anyways, that is everything for you. I'm sorry that I didn't get time to put the comparisons together, and if maybe this isn't the most smoothly moving film. Like I said, I really wanted to get this out ASAP as it is the Black Friday sale. It's been ongoing for a few days even, so I didn't see any other videos that talked about these shadows, so I wanted to make sure there was something out there if people were interested. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend and enjoy your shopping and shop responsibly and all that fun. Okay, bye.